Hey everyone, this is MrAddOil again, helping you fight your today for your better tomorrow. And in this video, we're going to be talking about the MVP mindset and how you can apply that to almost anything in your life. But today, we're going to talk about applying that to getting a software developer job. So quick definition checks. So what is an MVP? So it stands for a minimal viable product. And the best way to understand that is think very lazy. Like, what's the least amount of work I can do to get what I want? And that's basically what an MVP is. And here are some stages that you can, or like a framework for you to figure out how to set up an MVP and accomplish it. First thing you want to do when setting up some sort of MVP project is you want to figure out what type of challenge or problem that you're addressing and why. The why is a really great question because asking yourself why in basically all of these stages will help you save yourself a lot of time, because then after the why you do the what, the how, and then ultimately follow through on all of the 5 W's and that 1 H to accomplish your MVP. So from our example, our case study, which is becoming a software developer, the problem that we want to tackle will be, in this big world of software engineering, which piece of land do I want to put my stake into? And then for our exercise, we'll pick front-end development. And then that will be our specific problem that we're trying to solve. Next, once you figure out what you want to solve and you went through the whys and then that self-introspection questioning phase, and you figure out a rough idea of what you want to specialize in and what you want to target, then you have to start setting goals against it. And then for our use case, it would be like, okay, so we want to be a front-end developer. We want to tackle the front-end challenges, right? And then your goals, I use OKRs, right? So OKR stands for Objectives and Key Results, is a goal management framework. And then it goes by quarters. So you can say within Q3 of 2019, my objective is to get some projects done, and then my other objective is to apply for some jobs. Those are really bad examples, by the way, but the best way to understand what OKRs is using this type of formula, right? I want X, and I'll measure it with Y. So the X stands for objectives and the Y stands for key results, right? And key results are things that you need to actually finish to accomplish your objective. So let's take those examples that the objective examples that we made, right? So I want to create some projects. Well, we can make it more quantifiable and be like, I want to make 3 projects. And then for the job search, to make it more quantifiable, you can be like, I want to apply for 200 front-end developer roles. And lastly, you want to put some sort of timestamp or due date on these objectives and key results. And then for both of these examples, we'll just say by the end of Q3 2019. Next, once you figure out, you have some sort of structure on what you need to tackle, you will take on each of these key results and specialize in specific skills to accomplish those key results. So let's take the projects objective, right? And we need to create 3 projects. Those are key results to accomplish that objective. So we want to target one project and be like, hey, for project number 1, we're going to do a front-end app that just uses vanilla JavaScript and some sort of jQuery to accomplish. For the second project, we're going to use React. For the third project, we're going to use the full stack, MERN, right? MongoDB, Express, React, and Node. Then once you kind of finish all your projects, you want to house them into a portfolio. That could be another objective. Like an objective will be create a portfolio that I can use to apply for jobs, right? And then the key results will be within that portfolio, it will house 3 of my projects. It will house my contact information and my resume. Next, once you have all of these things, your projects, your portfolio, all in line, then you're going to start applying to jobs, right? That objective of getting a front-end developer role. And one of the key results will be like applying to 200 front-end jobs. So this phase in your MVP framework will be testing the market. You want to test the market, the real market, against your MVP, these 3 projects that you created. And then let's say you do accomplish your objective of applying to 200 front-end developer roles. And then based on, within that process, you probably got some feedback from employers saying that, oh, maybe they didn't like A, B, and C, or they wish you had X, Y, and Z. And these will be the direct market feedback that you can leverage for your next MVP iteration. So once you gather the direct market feedback, you can start iterating on your MVP. This could mean improvising and making your existing 3 projects better based on the feedback, or it could be adding one more project that basically is a harder version of the 3 projects that you created. It might also involve like learning a new skill. Like it'll be very common in the market where you went on an on-site and they had like a whiteboard data structure and algorithm exercise, and you totally bombed it. And then you can iterate on that market feedback and be like, okay, going back to my OKRs, I need to add learning how to ace these like whiteboard exams, and then the key results will be practice 50 leak code algorithm questions in this quarter. And next, basically, you will just rinse and repeat this entire MVP framework from the beginning of like figuring out what the problem is, asking why, if it's like a worthy problem to solve, then breaking it up into goals using the OKR framework, and then specializing on each specific key results, trying to figure out what you need to learn, what type of skills you need to accomplish that key result, and then testing the market again to see what type of feedback you're going to get, and then iterate. And the powerful part of an MVP is if it's just not working out, you tried it, maybe you did your first MVP launch, it didn't work, you tried it again the second time, you rinse and repeat, but it's just not working out. And in that case, the thing that you can do is you can just pivot out and do something else. And then in our example, it could be, okay, maybe being a software developer at this time in this market does not make sense for me. I can pivot. Let's see if I can take the skills that I have and pivot into like a different career or apply somewhere else. And that's all I have for this video. So to recap, we just talked about the MVP mindset, and we just applied that on how to get a software developer job. And I highly encourage you guys to kind of have this MVP mindset to anything in your life. It will just basically help you, I guess, fail faster. And once you fail, you can learn from your failures, and then next time when you try to do the same thing again or something similar, you'll have the knowledge and experience and wisdom to do something better.